Welcome to Pickleball Journey. Today we are talking about the #1 tip to neutralize a banger.
Let's get into it.
All right, so the first thing to remember about a banger is they are most comfortable at the baseline. They want to stay back and they want to be hitting drives. Whether they are cranking on the ball or they're just hitting good solid drives, they like to be back here. So Elisha's gonna jump in and talk about the #1 tip to neutralize bangers.
Yeah, so with that said, that #1 tip, Justin, since he's most comfortable as a banger from that baseline, I'm gonna try to move him out of that comfort zone. So the best thing that I can do to do that is neutralize his shot. So one way I'm gonna do that is by our tip of making sure that my arms are fully extended and I'm literally just blocking the ball. I call this catching the baseball. So your paddle is your glove and you're just catching that baseball. When he drives that ball, there's plenty of power on the pickleball to contact the paddle and dribble over. Hit maybe the kitchen line, just inside the kitchen line. So it forced Justin to move forward and get out of his comfort zone. All right, so here's a couple. Okay, so all I'm doing is catching that baseball. So I'm gonna keep that paddle out in front. Okay,
nice.
Just blocking it. That was a little high. So if you open that paddle too much, it's gonna pop up, then he's gonna be able to drive it again. So we want that paddle pretty much straight up and down on either side and not opening it up with the face. All right, here we go. Okay,
love it.
So even if he gets to that ball, I'll make one a little bit deeper or try to, but that's a decent shot. Then if he tries to drive that, it's going way long. So it forces him to get out of his comfort zone into hitting a drop or a more of a finesse shot. So we can bring him in and play our game.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and real quick,
yeah.
What type of grip are you using for this? Are you squeezing it pretty tight or are you pretty loose with your grip? How are you holding the
Great
paddle?
question. So I like to think it as holding an egg, right? When we're holding an egg, we don't squeeze it too tight to where we crack it, and then we also don't have it too loose where it falls out of our hand. So you have somewhat of a firm grip to keep it secure, but not too tight to where you're like choking it to death, right? Okay, so a nice just neutral grip, and I like to also, have the Eastern grip so that the paddle is a little bit more open. Continental grip works too, all right?
Quick pause from this video to make sure that you bang that like button. Really helps us out.
Just like those bangers. So here we go. Okay, so I'm just blocking that, right? Forcing him in. So we'll get another one. He's gonna try, oh yeah. So I just blocked that one, catching it. Just like that. Good. So for, all of the people out there are worried about those bangers and stuff. Don't worry about hitting that ball with a volley deep in the court, because then you're just enabling them to hit more big ground stroke shots that they're comfortable with. Bring them up so that they're out of their comfort zone, and then we can start a dink battle.
Mm-hmm. And I think one other thing I'd add is when I miss these shots, it's because my paddle starts to get behind me a little much.
Yeah.
You'll notice with Elisha, he is so far out in front and he's able to just absorb the ball right off his paddle. As soon as it starts to get back here, it's really hard to control that, and you're gonna miss these typically in the net.
That's good, yeah.
Make sure you stay out of the kitchen, unlike Elisha, but hop into the kitchen for their awesome curated content on Facebook, Instagram. They've got it all.